All right, so what did you see as the main issues with 10 sacks?
I mean, obviously, coaches addressed it a number of different times. It's a culmination of a number of different things. Just not just us, but obviously when we talk about sacks, it always, everybody associates with offensive line. Obviously, there's some things that we could have done differently in terms of individual techniques. Nothing had changed, but in terms of focus and carrying things over that we've done during the week, during the game, that wasn't always done. And sometimes you have some, a little bit of younger guys, and I think not blaming on that. Guys have a number of games under their belt. They forget just how young guys are, and sometimes when they don't have the success they're used to having, all of a sudden, things snowball a little bit, and then it's hard to come out of it. Anybody that's played at this level of football or a little bit higher than this, you have your days sometimes. But there are a number of things on film. Went back and made some cut-ups showing how the same exact thing we saw in the game, the same things we saw in practice, and we picked it up against a very formidable front that we go against every single day. And how we have to carry that over to the game is no different. And you can't start second-guessing yourself. You need to just go back. You need to take those 6 or 7 seconds. You need to separate them, and you need to take them in chunks. And you can't just let it, kind of fall. And that comes with maturity. And hopefully, there's a learning experience. Unfortunately, it came with the loss. Obviously, we contributed that heavily, and just need to get better. We put together 2 nice practices back to back, and but we had a great week of practice last week. That's one of the best weeks that we had at practice. And just reminding them, our tackles have been the most solid part of our offense. Both of them been, it's not voting on me, it's voting on the coordinators, players of the game on offense, a couple times this season. So just said, hey, remember who you are, remember what you've been, and you keep on building on that foundation. You need to let that go. We learn from it. We watched that 2 days in a row, and it's good to see that they were in there early with us on Sunday to watch it. Hopefully, and it looks like it. Their confidence is back, but it's not just us. That's a good group that we're going against. In terms of individual talent, may not be what we see in Texas and different things like that, but in terms of the group overall, a tremendous amount of depth. And when they're coming, and when they find some things you had some difficulty with, whether it's recognition as an offense, different things of that nature, they're able to exploit those things. And it wasn't any different than what we've seen all week. And I thought Noah put together a really good game plan. Just as an offense as a whole, we need to just go out there and execute it. We didn't do a good job at that at times. At the end of the game, you saw what it could be, and everything is rolling, and guys are focused. When we needed to get yards, we need to get first downs, different things of nature, we're able to do those things. We need to run the ball, we're able to do those things, but it needs to be constant. It needs to be continuity, and guys need to work in unison.
What do you think of what Kenny Lacy's done last 2 weeks?
I thought he's done a pretty good job of filling in. There's obviously some things he need to work out. Again, I think he's a redshirt freshman. But I think in terms of getting thrown in the fire in the Arizona State game, I thought that he answered the call, and he did pretty good, and he's getting better, and going into last game, my concern a little bit just because of the number of things that they do. They're sending everybody, and sometimes there'll be a free guy coming, but them understanding like, hey, don't leave your guy to go pick up this guy, don't block those, different things like that, just focus on the things that we've done in practice. Obviously, we need to work on some things a little bit inside, but in terms of, I thought they played one of their better games interior-wise, and I was proud of that. But like I said, we need to put together as a whole.
With Malcolm and Caleb, how do you evaluate how they've done? I know they've switched from guard to tackle at times, and now, how do you think they've done at tackle? I
thought until this game, I thought they did some things good. But the things that everybody focuses on, anytime an offensive lineman's name is mentioned, it's a penalty or it's a sack, So it wasn't always bad, but there are times that it was bad and it was in crucial situations. But like I said before, those guys have been the strength of our offense for the last few years, and those guys have been guys that have, like I said, when you notice them maybe 3 or 4 times a game, it's because they did something. Caleb had penalties and different things of nature, but for the most part, in terms of being consistent, grading out pretty good and different things like that, have been those 2 and Jake, and I know they started out at guards. But one of the things is not to mess around or anything like that. It's out of necessity. They have to play tackle. And I think they've done a very good job for what they're asked to do. And I think they're both developing pretty good tackles. And if you watch around the country, what you see is, it's like that around the country. It's very difficult to find tackles. It's very difficult to find offensive linemen. Everything that's going on in the spread, guys are asked to do a little bit more, And at the same time, offensive linemen are becoming more athletic and different things like that. And they're able to do more. And just it all comes down to just being consistent and just remaining focused. And we see a lot of stuff every week, I mean, I watch games and people complain because they have one guy get hurt or they have one freshman playing shit. I'm like, shit. I mean, that's a common thing over here. I lose a guy every week. You know, they come back or something like that. 3 freshmen every year. You know, different things like that. But you know, you get in a certain level kid, and you just hope that they can come to it. And you know, I come out here every single day and teach, and I take pride in what I do in terms of getting them and helping them develop. And you just hope that it carries over to the game. You know, and just. The kids, you know, and I just have to make sure I give them enough reps of different things, and I need to get them in there and watching more film and different things of nature, so they just feel very comfortable when they get out there, and that there's nothing that catches them off guard or anything of that nature. And so we just got to go back to it, you know, and I put that on my shoulders, and you know, I can't go out there and play for them, but I get them as prepared as I can, and just so they want to get out there, they could just, you know, focus on being physical and getting after it.
With tackles so thin, does that make it important when Simon comes back, or important to have him back at some point?
Yeah, but I'm not focused on getting Simon back so much as I'm focused on the guys that are out there. Can't control that. You know, I just thought I had another guy, you know, that's out of school, different things like that, but focus on what you have. And what we have are 2 guys that have been working real hard and getting better each week. And that is set back last game, and like I said before, guys that play this level, NFL, whatever, you have games like that. It's just unfortunate loss came with it, and we were a major reason for that. You know, and just we need to get better. And like I told them, you know, you watch that film, you learn from it, and it's not all your fault, but you did some things to contribute to it, and we move on. You know, the focus is on them, but there are a number of different things that are going on. You know, but like I said, you know, it is what it is. You know. When things are rolling and we get the run game rolling, different things like that, guys want the recognition. Well, if things go bad a little bit, you're going to get it too. So, you know, you just like it to go in your favor most of the time. Putting it back together this week and, you know, getting their confidence and everything back. And then we're just going to roll. You know, it's a great opportunity for them, great stage to show what you can do. You know, eyes will be on them. You know, they have a very good front. You know, they're going to go hard. You know, they're going to get after it. And it's a good opportunity for us to get better, show what we could do. So.